It is January the 7th, 2021. This is the Minorcan Mullet report from the Golden Ray Rec site. And I got angry today. This is really the first time in the project that I've actually gotten angry. Now this thing, the section they brought in the Brunswick, the stern section, was leaking oil last night. We saw it and we reported it in the effort for somebody to get some oil booms around this thing and try to contain the oil. I know these guys are doing the best they can. My beef's not with the guys, more with the operation here today. We see guys on the deck here, and they're cleaning up the barge from the placement of the stern section on the ship. And as we're sitting here watching this today with the drone, we can see fluid running off the deck of the barge right into the river. And what really frustrates me is anyone else that's doing a project like this would have to boom off. There'd have to be booms placed around this project to try to contain any potential leak. And when you call and make a report and say, hey, this thing is leaking, you think it would have garnered some sort of attention from Unified Command, the people over this project, to get out there and try to make some sort of effort to at least corral this bit of oil that's coming off of this stern section of the Golden Ray. And it's so obvious that it's happening, and why it's not being noticed is beyond me, and why they are not doing something about it. They may say that there's a containment pan on this barge that's not going to allow any fluid. Well, guess what? Your containment pan is leaking oil into the water. And that video is coming up here, and we can see it just running out of the barge into the water. It's just frustrating to me that we don't have some people there that are really on top of this thing, especially when you send them a report that this is going on. We came down, and here at the back of the barge, you can see it's even heavier in the water. And if you're looking at this on a phone, you're probably having a hard time seeing it because the water here has so much sediment. It's really dark. But if you're on a larger device, a pad or a tablet or computer screen, it is very obvious that there is a huge problem going on with the contaminants that are running off the barge into the river. Really frustrates me tonight. I'm generally pretty patient, but when you make a report on something that you see as a problem, you expect people to try to head it off. I mean, these people are supposed to be here and have the concern for our community, at least in part of their operation. And when you got some of the community that's speaking out, saying, hey man, y'all got a problem, why it's not being dealt with, I don't know. And maybe that's at the top of the chain. Maybe some folks need to get moved around or something. I'm frustrated. But if you look right here at the back of the barge here, you can actually see where this stuff is running off into the water. And it's just being left to happen, and nobody, I guess, is noticing it, caring. You'd think that somebody would see this and go, hey, we got a big problem. Let's deal with this right away. I'm just angry, really angry about this. We can see, I know folks, these guys are trying to work, and I know they've got a tough job to do. But this is somewhere in the management chain of this, something has gone awry. We've got some wires that have been crossed here, and this needs to get untangled, and it needs to get untangled pretty quick. All right, I live here, and I know something's going to get out, but this is obvious that this can be contained, and it wouldn't have been a problem, but now it's become a problem. Now, if you look just below, and we're going to get in here. We're going to get in here a little closer to take a look at this thing. And mind you, this is inside the port. You can't just walk in there and say, "Hey guys, there's a problem with the barge. This place is fenced in." You've got to have credentials to get in there. But we are able to fly our drone. But yeah, right there under that second stanchion that's coming up to the right, a leak in their pan. Okay, I'll buy that. But guys, let's get out there and get some boom around this thing. This is bad. It's just running out into the river. And what you're going to see here in just a second is we took the drone across the river and up a little creek, and there is a streak of oil running right into the marsh grass. We're going to fly over, and you'll be able to see this where this oil now has made it across the river, and now it's a problem. And where it could have been contained last night by simply getting some guys out there with environmental crews who are doing a heck of a job. They've got a task ahead of them, but booming off the project, putting some oil boom down around it, securing it to hold the contaminants in where they could be skimmed up and dealt with properly. And now we've got this kind of thing going on where this oil is made it across the river. And you can see the way the wind is kind of driving these waves. See this wave action, and if you'll just take a look here, you can see this streak of oil going right up this little creek here. And that stuff is going to be hard to get out of that marsh. Just very frustrating. I'm just very put off with the project tonight after seeing this, when this is totally 100% preventable. I'm just angry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be that way. I've tried to be as neutral as I can on this thing, but this is kind of revved me up a little bit. You guys keep watching this. This has been the Minorcan Mullet Report. You guys stay safe out there.